everyone. My name is Monica with Temple of Geek, and I am here with the star of the film, Not Another Church Movie, Kevin Daniels. Welcome, Kevin. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Of course. Hey, Monica, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk to you. First and foremost, congratulations on starring in this film. The trailer looks hilarious.
Thank you so much.
For people who may not have seen the trailer yet, can you tell us a little bit about the film?
Basically, it's one of those parody spoof movies of like, I don't know if you remember those movies like Not Another Teen Movie or Not Another Scary Movie. Well, we decided we're gonna pay homage to all of Tyler Perry's movies. It's gonna be great.
And I really
Tyler Perry. I play Taylor, but it's Tyler in the movie. It's fine.
So one thing that I really loved about the poster is how, Tyler Perry's name is crossed out and it says church on top, but it's still like that homage to like Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes, yeah.
That's so awesome. I know you said it was a spoof movie, but can you elaborate a little bit about this film's humor and what audiences can expect?
Well, I mean, I think if you were a fan of parody films and you know anything about the huge body of work that Tyler Perry has, like I think you'll get a great idea. You get a great idea of what to come in seeing. I play a character named Taylor Perry, and his P is silent. That's a joke in the movie, you know. And it's basically I play him and I play my dude as opposed to Medea. And you see Taylor has been tapped by God, who's played by Jaime Foxx, to write a movie that will change the world. And then the movie kind of goes from there.
I love that Jaime Foxx is playing God. That just
I know, right?
So amazing.
He's so funny in the movie too, man. It's like he's a big movie star that they only had him for a little bit of time, but like the jokes that he was able to come up with and how quickly they got it, I was like, that's really impressive.
Right? And also to get Mickey Rourke to play the devil,
the devil, yeah.
How early on in the filmmaking process were you cast, and what was your reaction to finding out that you would star as the lead?
It was crazy. It was pretty early on. I got a call from my agent whose mom actually is one of the producers and was cast director, and she had said, "Hey, what about your client Kevin Daniels? Do you think he could do this?" And she's a big fan, and I guess I sent my materials over to our writer and director, and they loved it. And they were like, "Hey," we met on Zoom, we talked for a little bit, and they were like, "Hey, I think we want you to come down and do this." And I got down there and we put on the costumes and the wigs and try to find the voice and the good character for him, and it just kind of went off without a hitch. It was fun.
So speaking about costumes and wigs, I really want to know, you play a lot of roles in this film. How long, walk me through like the process. How long were you in makeup chairs for? Was it different for different characters?
It takes about a good hour to get into full makeup and full costume from a dude, and Taylor is basically just a suit or whatever we're doing. But it was just kind of like, I mean, it's those two characters, but they're in several different scenarios. I think, without giving a spoiler away, I don't know if you saw the movie Homecoming, which was when Medea dresses up as Beyonce. Well, we do a little homage to that in this. So there's
I would imagine that was one of the longer times in the makeup.
That was long. That was long. It was really fun. It was really fun though. It was great.
Have you spoken to Tyler Perry about this film at all, or have you heard feedback or reaction from him?
I haven't. I hope that he really gets the joke. Like, I mean, it's amazing that someone to be able to build such an incredible empire, in this like body of work. Like for people to be able to look at you and say, "Oh my God, let's make jokes about it." I think that's such imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So I hope that he really likes it. My dream is to be able to do my dude and Medea in a movie together. That'd be great.
Right. No, and I think that movies, like even like the scary movie franchises, right?
Yeah.
They're such a love letter to scary
movies,
even though, they're just making fun of it the whole time, but it's such a love letter to it.
Yeah, 100%. And you go back and you watch all the movies. You're like, oh, because you get all references. You got to watch the movies. It's great.
Absolutely. So can you tell me a little bit about your approach or the challenges that you face playing all these different distinct characters? Because in some of them, you're essentially talking to yourself.
Right. I mean, that's really the hardest thing. It's like, how do you do a scene, by yourself playing, more than one character? But I had this incredible stand-in who would like run the lines with me, and he'd give me great jokes, and like the writers around us would pitch jokes, and we just kind of do it that way. But it was really fun. It's just you kind of like just want to get you don't want to lose yourself. You're like, what am I doing? What joke am I saying? You lose your train of thought. But it was cool. I think the heat was the biggest challenge because Savannah, we shot in Savannah and it was so hot, man. It was like, but it was beautiful, but it was like 90 degrees in the summer. We were like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I can imagine you're just like, all right, let's film this. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially with like wigs and makeup and all kinds of things. I
But
can't.
it all kind of works great because a lot of the shots, it's like you see one of the characters covered in sweat. It's like maybe that was real, maybe it's a spoof, maybe it's yeah.
So when it comes to like you have a lot of experience with improv. Did
Yeah.
you get those opportunities to improvise scenes and moments in this film?
Yeah, no, we had it was really so Wayne Stamps plays Mo, who's Madhu's brother, and he's an incredible improv performer. Like he was a writer. It's like it was his first movie, but he was so funny. So it just kept everybody on their toes. And we were like, all right, well, we get an outline of what the scene should be. And they would say, we just want to make sure, you insult each other. We should make sure you don't like him. Make sure you don't do this. And we would just go at it. And it was really fun.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. The ensemble cast and all the
Uh,
cameos and everything are
oh,
very impressive. Like
we have so many, like, Vivica Fox, Tyler Pratt, Tisha
Amari
Campbell,
Morris.
Jasmine Guy. Yeah, it's really it's so crazy who's all into it. I was like, wow, and everyone was so great to work with, and there weren't any egos. Everyone's like, all right, we're just here to because basically people just want to make you laugh. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it was just a good time to get together and tell some jokes and make people laugh.
Do you have any like behind the scene anecdotes or like moments that really stick out to you?
Oh man, trying to think. I think the first time I put on the Beyonce outfit was because a lot of the cast didn't know what to expect. So I walk in and we're all in the church and everyone's there, and I open the big reveal. The door comes in, and like I think we had to shoot that like 4 or 5 times because people couldn't keep a straight face. It was great.
That's
And then I have to actually play myself, watching myself come through, which was funny too. That was like, yeah.
that's so funny. I think that speaks a lot to like your acting skills and everything to be able to just kind of play against something that's not there.
Yeah.
And then, you spoke a little bit about like no egos on set or anything. What was the dynamic like working with such an incredible group of actors?
It was so fun. It felt like I was in like theater camp again. People just came down and were like, "Oh, what can we do to make this better? How can we make this funnier? What can we?" People just wanted it to make sense and to be, an easygoing day. We were all hot. No one's making a lot of money. It's a cute little indie. It's like cool. Come on, we can get here, make our days short, and we can have some fun.
I think that speaks a lot to the creative team that you had such big names and like you
Right.
said, nobody's making a lot of money here. It's just literally
Yeah.
almost like out of passion and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really is exactly right. It's exactly, I remember we had like one good trailer in Savannah, and like one of the stars would come in. I'm like, look, I'll take a room in the church. Give Tisha Campbell my trailer. Come on, man. Respect your elders. Give Jasmine God his trailer. Give it. It was that. It was fun.
Tisha Campbell, I'm sure appreciates that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so you're juggling filming this movie, but you're also doing recurring roles on things like Will Trent and the Frasier reboot.
Yeah, yeah.
Balance such demanding schedules.
Man, it's been challenging for me. I mean, exciting chance. I've never gotten a chance to do this before. Usually, I'm a serious regular on a show and I'm just doing that, or I'm recurring on one show and I'm just doing that, and like now I have a movie coming out. I'm in a play that it's got great reviews in LA. I'm recurring on Frasier. We start up next week, and then we just wrapped Will Trent, which I was like, oh wow, I got these 4 things going on, but it's been an absolute blast. Every project has been so much fun to work on, and I love all my collaborators and my bosses are great. It's been really fun. I
Now
mean,
you
but you do a lot of like quick naps when you can. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap for 2 hours. I'm gonna fly over here. A lot of that, a
power
lot of
naps.
coffee. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. So you've had all this success on stage, on, the big screen, on television. How do you have a preference for any one medium, or do you find it difficult to transition from one thing to the next?
I really think it's all the same. It's just about knowing where your audience is. Like if I'm on film, the camera is my audience. It's just going to be this close to me. And if I'm on stage, maybe it's a little bigger, or I'll project a little more. But it's still, people want to see grounded performances. They want to see like you want to recognize yourself when you look on the screen. You're like, would that really happen? That's all. But I mean, I'm a theater. I love theater because I think there's things you can do there you can't do anywhere else. Just because it's always different every night. But I got to say, television is really, really fun. Television is really fun. And they pay you a lot of money, girl. Don't tell about shit.
And then what do you see the biggest differences between like something like filming a movie and then why is it more fun to do television?
I think because movies are great, and don't get me wrong, I've done a few, I've loved it, but you have a tendency because people come in just for a small sort of time or whatever, so you don't really build the same family you do on a television show. Like you get like we're all here, we know our entire crew, everybody. Just kind of like it just becomes a routine. I mean, you do it. It's just for me. I just really enjoy the schedule of TV. That's all.
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
then I have one more question kind of about like, the roles that you've been doing.
Yep.
Given your comedic talent, is there a dream comedic role that you'd love to tackle someday?
Oh wow. Like what? Like a person I like to portray, or like just something to
Yeah,
do?
like would you like to do like a biopic comedy type thing
Oh,
or
that would, I would actually, I'm such a fan of the like putting on the different masks and noses and stuff, like doing a kind of Dr. Doolittle thing like Eddie Murphy did, like, Meet the Clumps. I would love an opportunity to do something like that. If someone could write that for me, that would be great. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
amazing. And my very last question for you is, something taking it way back. You grew up in Houston,
Yeah.
but now you're mainly in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you always know that you wanted to be an actor?
I think so. I grew up in the church and we used to do like these church plays. I played John the Baptist and I'd come through, and then hold him try his head on the plate, whatever. But I like the audience, and I got to when I was in high school. I mean, I've always been 6'5", just been a really big guy, and my the people there's a big football school. And they were like, "Boy, you gonna play some football? You gonna do this here?" And I was like, "I kind of like this poetry class. Can I take it? Can I take a look at this?" And that's kind of what got me into it. And then ended up going to Juilliard in New York, and kind of changed my life. But I think so. I always wanted to tell stories. I think that's what binds us. We like to tell stories. You find yourself on the screen in a book and whatever it is. And I kind of love it.
I love that too. Well, congratulations on the film. We'll be heading down there Mother's Day weekend to check it
Yes,
out.
ma'am.
So
May
excited
10th,
for
May
you.
10th, we open. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for speaking with
You
us.
too. Bye.